I think we're live. Now, as always, let's do the can you hear me dance? Do you have audio? I did everything in my power. Oh, interesting. Am I live? Yes. Okay, perfect. That's what I hate about live streams. It's just so nerve-wracking, and then you don't really get the feedback until you're live. Or maybe I'm just not getting the feedback. Also, why is there a commercial in a live stream? I didn't know that that was happening. Cool. Thank you for joining me today. Wow, this is distracting. I have to put the chat up in a bigger window. Okay. It's weird if you see yourself. I don't want to see myself. Okay, cool. Today I'm doing a live stream because I made a new version of the Tape Mates. And in case you're completely lost and don't know what I'm talking about, I will talk about the whole product. But this is why I'm doing a live stream today. I did a new version. The Patreons have known it for a couple hours, but for everybody now, they are available in the shop. So what is a Tape Mate? This is my little product invention. Oh, by the way, check this out. Huh? I hope it's working. Wait, let me check. Do you have a second camera angle? Oh, God, this is so unprofessional. Yeah, yes, it is working. Cool. So I have this is a Tape Mate. It's essentially a holder for your tape measure. Why I came up with this is because I was super bothered by the fact that usually a tape measure, they have these belt clips and they are actually very, very flimsy. So if you put them on your belt, chances are that you just lose them when you sit down or when you walk next to a table or something. And when you put them on your pocket, I think it's just super uncomfortable to reach into your pocket and always scrape your hand next to this clip. So I was unhappy with that. I totally forgot about that, but I have a early version of a Tape Mate. Hold on, let's see if I can get this. This camera does not have autofocus. Whoops, I hope this is it. And it's essentially just a little piece of leather glued around a tape measure that I could then, oh my God, the focus, that I could then just attach to my belt. So that solved the problem of me losing the tape measures, but it didn't solve the problem of the placement of the tape. So if you have the tape on your belt, it's always here. Essentially, it's always here. It's under your sweater, it's under your shirt. And I didn't like that. So I came up with a nylon version of this. That was the first version. And you can simply just clip it to your belt. And that brings down the whole tape measure to a place where I can reach it, a height that makes more sense. And also it goes from two-hand operation to one-hand operation because it's attached. And that was the whole thing. I made a video about that a couple weeks ago. And I thought there's absolutely nobody in the world interested in this other than me. But I was so pumped that I made 50 nylon versions and then made this video about it. And apparently, you agree with me. This is a cool product, and this is a problem that is worth solving. So the nylon Tape Mate sold out, I don't know, within 10 minutes or something. So then I thought, cool, more people agree with me. Let's make a different version and change some things that were improvable with the nylon version. And I want to say, I want you to make your own stuff. We are all makers. I want to see your versions. Send them to me on Instagram. Send me a DM. Tag me in it because I think this is not the end. Like we can probably do even cooler stuff, but this is my best version that I can do right now. Also that I can produce myself. They're now made of leather. I found a really cool production line. So the first test ones, I cut them on Simone's laser cutter. And that was cool because it was cheap and it was relatively easy, but it leaves you with char on the leather. And then when I stitch them up, all the char would stick to my fingers. They smell super bad. My wife, who is also watching, wouldn't appreciate it if I would sew them up watching TV next to her because it smelled like burnt hair or burnt nails. Hold on, something's sending. Oh, Felix. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if he's watching. He just says thumbs up. Maybe that's for the audio. Maybe that's for a photo I sent him. Um, so the next step was to find a way to produce them faster and without a laser cutter, so I can cut them. I can sew them up anywhere without bothering other people with this. And I think I will make an actual video about that. But for now, I just wanted to do this live stream and promote the couple first ones that are in the shop, and also get your feedback on this. You can consider yourself the test group. Um, Speaking of live stream, we have our culture in the chat and also in the live streams. Let me know where you are and what your drink today is. I am going to reward myself with a beer. And that brings me to one function that I didn't even plan, but it is there. It is actually super easy to open a beer with a Tape Mate. So that's something that I didn't even plan for. All right, let's have a sip, and you let me know where you are and what your drink of the day is. I hope there's no. It's a lifesaver. The Tape Mate was a lifesaver this week. Caro, I need to hear all about this. Back Pepsi. Mm. Nice. I need to hear the story about how the Tape Mate was a lifesaver. Did it make your job easier? Nice. Okay, another cool thing that the leather construction solves is the size of the tape measure that you use. Because I'm a big fan of the Stanley 3 meter. But now working in the US, they have a size that is not available for us in Germany, and that is is it 12 foot? And the size, I don't know if you can tell, let's switch to the second camera. The size is a little bigger, a little thicker, and also while the 3 meter has this width of tape, the inch one, like the 12 feet, is much thicker, which makes it much easier to measure long distances without the tape collapsing on you. Which is my favorite game with my daughter, is trying to reach the ceiling of a room and seeing if you can do it without the tape collapsing on you. And that game is much more fun if it goes all the way up high. I don't know if she's watching. Ah! So I now have a thing. Was ist mit dem Ton los? What is up with the sound? Oh God, don't make me nervous. Are you messing with me? I hope the sound is okay. Let me know if not. Maybe I should put it on my hat. It's always a little bit better. So that is the reason this game. Ow, my hair. Ow. Okay, sound is fine. Der Ton knackst. Sound is fine. Sound is good. Sound is good? All right, sound is good. This game, and also the weight of it, kind of made me change my mind that, at least in America, because they don't have the really small ones, I kind of like this better. But that made me question the size of the nylon Tape Mate, and also made me understand that not everybody has the same preferences when it comes to tape measures. So what is really cool about the leather one, where is the small version? Didn't I make one? Oh, it's on my belt. So this is the small, let's call it the Euro version, because that's the tape measure I can get here in Germany. The Euro 3 meter, there is some room here. So you can put stuff, there's some room in this leather. You can put stuff in there. You can have a lighter, or, you know, a pen, or, I don't know, money, whatever you want, a cigarette. And the American version, it is pretty tight. So maybe you can have some money in there or a business card, but you can't have a lighter. And then I realized because I was working in the house and we were working with clay and I was working on the floor laying on my side and was constantly like laying in a puddle of clay water, and my tape made got wet, the leather got wet, and it kind of it kind of got moldable. So I realized you can actually fit a super big one once you make it wet. You can make every tape measure that I tested fit into the leather. I think this is a pretty extreme one. That is 5 meters, 16 foot. This is the bigger one, just for size comparison, and that's the smallest one. They all fit in the same. Hey, Felix! They all fit in the same Tape Mate, and I think that is really cool to just be so flexible. I even tested one of the where is it? Like one of the giant DME ones. This one, I could even make this one fit into the leather. So I think that's a big advantage to the nylon. And the rest so far is pretty much the same because it works super well. The size is amazing. Oh, if you wanna make one, the leather part is all in all, it's 12 centimeters. Is that 4 point whatever lines inches? I still don't understand fractions. Like, is it okay? Hold on. Let me know in the comments. Can you see this? It is four. Is that 4.5 and a quarter? How do you say that? How do you say that measurement? 4.5 and a quarter. This one. I need to know. Is this in focus? I hope so. 3/4. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense. 4. Is that true though? Well, yeah, 4 and 3/4. Okay. But what if you're okay, so what if it's not 3/4? What if it's in between? Is it 4.5 and an eighth? 4/5/8. Jesus Christ, that is so complicated. Okay. Watching from my holiday from Denmark. Yeah, Felix, well-deserved holiday. We really hustled the last couple days. Anyway, so let's just agree on 12 centimeters. Yeah, it's way too confusing. I also saw a Stanley tape measure that was called the engineering or engineer. Uh, I think it was called engineer, and it had all the numbers for the little lines. It had it standing next to it, so I thought that was pretty helpful, at least for me. I might want to order some. By the way, we bought all the 3-meter ones on Amazon. No, I tried to order more. I don't know. I don't know if Janina's watching. Let me text her. I want to see how many of those we sold and how many are still available. Wie viele sind verkauft? Right. Okay. So again, like the length and then the dimension, this is 1 inch. It's like 2 centimeters or something. Well, it's 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch. I think if you want to make your own version, the trickiest thing to get is the clip. I was only able to find it in America, and a couple German people sent me their versions of the Tape Mates, and they said that they ordered a glove holder on Amazon that came with 2 clips. So, but they had to buy it. I think it was like a a 12 euro product just in order to get those 2 clips. So this is definitely the bottleneck. And now I will talk about the handmade aspect in a minute. And this is the thing. Like last time I traveled from LA to Germany, I brought I think 200 of these clips. So my suitcase was just the weight It was so heavy. I couldn't bring anything else because I had all these clips with me. I have those clips from golf glove holder on Amazon. Okay, there you are. Are you gonna stay metric when you're in LA? I uh, I think so. I mean, I want to be both. That's why I'm now carrying this giant one that has both measurements because I need to at least get a feel for it. But I'm just so metric. It just comes so easy to me. I cannot I don't have a I cannot guesstimate anything in feet. The only thing that I know what a foot is because of the $5 footlong, because of the Subway sandwich. That's the only reference I have. Everything else is just a multiple of Subway sandwiches or a fraction of a Subway sandwich. So you can imagine that that is a very, very complicated um, system to design, and I'm just much more into also, I wanna say, okay, this is a hot ta take. I have been thinking about tape measures a lot, and even before the Tape Mate, I had an idea for a product which would be a tape measure that has no numbers on it, because especially when you work by yourself, this doesn't work if you have to communicate with anybody. But if you work by yourself and if you work with if you like to recycle stuff, so your base material is usually not new things. Numbers don't matter because it is always I have, um, a phone and it needs to go into a box, so you only need the size of your phone. So imagine you have a clear tape measure, you mark it on the tape. Oh, wait, which camera am I on? Sorry. That is so boring. Did you guys see my hands for 10 minutes? And I'm doing such a I'm focusing to look into the camera. Well, I'm sorry. Um, so if you imagine you don't have any numbers on this, so you just mark, this is the size of my phone, and then you can go through your stuff and you can go through the world looking for things. Yes, like a story stick, but it's a story tape. So I was researching how can I manufacture a tape, or ideally, can I go to Stanley and say, "Hey, before you print that on, can I just have it?" And then I had this revelation when I was playing around with the tape measure, and I realized something that I never noticed before, and that is the back is clear. So we all have a storytistic tape measure with us, always, because the back is always clear. So I don't think that's a good product then. I mean, we could make it the other way around, where you have a clear top, and then just in case you need to check, you can look, on the back. Anyways, where's my beer? Let's read the comments. Tape measures are whiteboards. Yes, they are. What's the brand? A blank tape measure exists? Search for Lee Valley Story Tape. No way. Well, they didn't do their research because the tape is always blank on the back. Was transparent. Interesting. Mm. Both sides of your tape measure are marked? What brand is that? What kind of beer are you drinking? Looks yummy. This is Zupfkirsch. It is from this area, and there's one cool feature. Please remind me to switch the cameras back if I forget. I don't know if you can see, but there's a red post, and this is heat sensitive. So when the temperature is right, the red post appears. If it's too warm, it disappears. You see? If I warm it up, you can tell, oh, this bottle is not cold enough. I think that's pretty cool. Mm. All right. That is oh, switch the cameras back. So what I want to do today is chew your ear off about the tape mate, and I also want to mix them because that is I always said I am not interested in making multiples of one thing. I like to do prototypes. I like to do inventions. I have to say, oh, Felix, you didn't know about the feature? I have to say that this is a big exception because the production of a tape mate, like the stitching, is probably the most time-consuming part, but it doesn't require a lot of tools. I can do it anywhere. So in the last couple weeks, I essentially replaced stitching up tape mates, or I replaced scrolling on my phone, wasting time on TikTok, just sitting around staring into the nothingness with stitching up tape mates. And that is, I don't know, it calms me down. It's just like crocheting socks or whatever. It's super nice. LA traffic, that's where it started because I sit in traffic so much. So I have a box. This is the box, and everything I need in order to stitch up a couple tape mates is in here. So this is, I can do 5 when it's loaded like this. I just need the clips from all the traveling. They're pretty banged up. So if you buy a tape mate, I'm sorry, the clips are pretty banged up, but I mean, that's gonna happen anyways, right? And that's how they're supposed to look. So if you want a brand new one, you should make your own because mine are a little scratched. It's okay, it looks cool. Back to the box. So I have 5 of the clips and 5 of the leather straps. Jesus. And I want to make a video about the whole production because this is the most interesting part. As I said in the beginning, suspender clips should work fine too. Yeah, somebody actually, thanks for the cash. Um, somebody sent me a version with suspender clips, and while they work, they're just not as cool, in my opinion. Everybody should do their own thing. In my aesthetic, this is just perfect together because they're so wide, the same width, they're super strong. Um, this is the way to go. I'm sure there are, and you can use a carabiner. A couple of people use carabinas, all of that. I still think that this clip is the best one because switch camera. Thank you. um, because okay, so this is the best one. And what you can't do with a suspender, I think, is flip it around and clip it to pants or like jogging pants or something in case you're not wearing a belt. This function is super. Oh yeah, the camera emoji now is our new safe word for me needing to switch the camera. Um, right. So after I got frustrated with using the laser cutter because it was smelly and it took way too long. I think it took like 30 minutes to cut out 7. Um, and what's a Lufkin tape? And you need some Lufkin tapes. What's Lufkin? Is that a brand? Um, I looked into leather fabrication and I found a guy who makes dies. So with my laser cut prototypes, I went to this guy in his incredible garage and told him, "I need this. Can you make me blub blub?" Okay, Lufkin. Lufkin, I need to write it down. Lufkin. If this tape measure that you're talking about looks like a sneaker and has 80% plastic on it, I am not interested. That's why I like the Stanleys. I know it's just metal coated plastic, but it's like cool, it's heavier, it feels much better than this. So that's why I don't know. I will check it out. I'm right now in Germany. So he made me a die. It was pretty expensive, but now I can rent this guy's clicker, which is like 20-ton press or even more. I don't know. It's this huge machine, and you put a leather hide in it. You place your die. You push 2 buttons, and it just within a second, it punches out it punches out the leather like this. And you don't even have to peel it out of the die. It just falls out. It is absolutely perfect. I did an entire height in not even an hour. It was a little bit under an hour. And that was 160 tape straps, like these guys. Um, so the laser cutter could not compete. All right, but I wanted to make one. So this is the box that I bring with me wherever I go. Usually I have a little thread in there, but I just ran out of the small spool. So by the way, this was a giant spool. This was like that thick. So this is how many I've made so far, including all the prototypes. I did a bunch. Did Janine text back? Nope, she did. She hasn't seen it. Okay, cool. Let's make a couple. Switch the camera. Boop. So another thing that I learned about is the dull needles that you need for leather sewing. They come in a ton of different sizes. So that was the trickiest thing, ordering stuff online because you have no feel for size until I found one that has the right length because it can be quite exhausting. You have to use a lot of force because I'm double stitching these. So um, this is a number 2, I think, a 7 centimeter number 2. Now I have the right ones. Now things are a lot easier. The next challenge is finding the thread. Okay. And then I have these really cool because uh, wait, Laura, sorry for the problem, but your shop says you can't ship to UK. Is that right? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe UK. No, I think I shipped to UK before. I don't know, maybe there's some new rules. But that is another thing that I don't know how I'm going to handle this in the future because I'm going back between LA and Germany, and I will spend a lot more time in LA. So right now, the tape mates are available in my German shop, but and it's like, yeah, maybe Brexit, and that's shipping to the US is way more expensive. But I don't know, like all my other merch is in this shop too. And it's just something that I haven't solved. So I don't know if I'm gonna have 2 Tape Mate shops. I also think depending on how many people are interested in this, like maybe this is a product that even works without my brand, you know? So it's not like Laura's Tape Mate, it's just a Tape Mate. 'Cause it is so useful. Hey, don't wanna toot my own horn, but it is a very useful product. So I could see people who don't know who I am or just into making being into this product. So maybe this is even the future that it lives on an entire different shop. Um, maybe this is the ones I made are the last ones ever because I reached everybody who is interested in this. You know, we never know. But that's the cool thing of me producing this by myself. There is absolutely no overhead. The only investment is the leather and the clips, and then eventually the tape measures. So it's just very easy to toot toot. It's just very easy to stop production if I learn that it's just not interesting to people anymore. Why not just sell the components as a kit? I thought about that, but again, like it's just another feel like it's a product that would water down this product because if people wanna make it themselves, you know, they should no, also I just brought the can from LA. If people wanna make their own tape mates, they can order the stuff, you know, they don't have it doesn't make any sense for me to sell them their stuff because I think the reason number 1 to make stuff yourself is the hunt for material, you know, the fun of that and can it fit your needs? So I think kids I thought it was a good idea and I thought about it, but I don't think it makes too much sense. So don't think there's gonna be kids. Um, all right, so oh wait, let's switch the camera back. So I'm doing one row, and then I go back and I stitch it again, just because it looks better. But that the second time around is always the trickiest one because you know, it gets tighter and tighter to push the thread through. So I think I'm gonna get like super weird hands from this. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. Next live stream will have a crooked hand camera, so you can keep updated with this. Oh God, makes sense to ditch. God, it makes sense to ditch the kit idea. Yeah, I see the UK as a choice in the top 5 for delivery options, but not further down in the list. Maybe you overlooked it. Uh-huh, yeah. Any favorite German foods I should try? This will be a have you tried a saddle stitch? I don't know what a saddle stitch is. A surprise, but German bread is really good. So go to a good German bakery and get some really good bread, really good cheese, and that's that's a winner always. The German foods, I mean, like the traditional stuff, it's good. It's just it's good. What's your favorite type of tree? That's so sweet. To work with or to look at? To work with, probably maple, and to look at, oak. I love huge oak trees. Is your daughter showing any interest in making or creating? Yes, she is. And the prototypes of the Tape Mate I did, she was so into it, and she had a big part in the production. We're getting to the step in a little bit that my daughter takes over, and it's a lot harder to make these without her. But I also think she would be interested in making 100. She like making 5. Okay, so I'm taking the same thread. I learned like that's the fastest way to do it. Just the same thread, and then oh, this can go. Now everything is aligned. Yeah, and then I stitch up the rest. Okay. We should take the time. Oh, speaking of time, what? How long has been? How long have we been streaming? Just to get an idea. Can't see it. Boop boop boop. Oh, 30 minutes. That's great. 32 minutes. All right. Where was I? 30 minutes. Oh, this is great. I think I don't know. I think this making this product again, what I said about this is replacing TikTok time or just like random waste of time, sitting in traffic, sitting in the airplane, on the flight. I think I made like 38 Tape Mates just in the flight rather than watching movies, trying to fall asleep, being upset about that. It's such a good use of time, and it doesn't take too long, so you can make 1 or 2 and then just drop it. Yesterday, I went out with friends, and we're having really good conversations, but my hands wanted to be busy, so I just made a couple. I think it's my new hobby. Um, yeah. And I also think it's really cool to have a product that you like. Greetings from LA, even here. Not missing it. It's cloudy all week. Oh, yeah. Bummer. I'm excited to be back in LA weather. I mean, I'm also excited to be back with my family, but I'm also excited to be back in the weather. It is about to rain here, and we had some pretty weird storms. We also had the polar lights, which was strange, but I didn't see them. Friends of there. Thanks for hanging. Team Tape Mate. Yeah. Um, No, there's no problems with needles on the flight. I just have this little collapsible scissor. That wasn't a problem either. Yeah. My birthday is, oh, is Felix leaving? Woo, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Enjoy your holiday. Um, Eve- shit, when was it? Oh, my birthday. It's in August. It's August 15th. Will you be doing more woodworking going forward? Yes, 100%. My new shop is gonna be focused on woodworking. I never announced it, I think, or now talked about it, but we're going on a Logo Soul workshop next week, the team and I, and they make bandsaw mills. So going forward for LA, I'm gonna have um, a portable bandsaw mill, so I can cut my own slabs, and that is going to open up a whole new world for me, and that's why I want the new shop to be super woodworks and centered around woodworking. I mean, also always, metalworking, but for the metalworking stuff that I do, um, I need an angle grinder, a little bandsaw, and a welder, and that's it. The rest, I can do most things with these tools, but for woodworking, for fine woodworking or hard woodworking, you need a planer, a joiner, a table saw, possibly a miter saw, even though I think that the new SawStop crosscut table might replace the wait. Are you working with nylon thread? No, it is like waxed cotton. Okay, hold on, switch the cameras. So we got this. Now is the part that my daughter likes to do. You got these countersunk magnets there, and then a screw that fits in there. And then this goes obviously through here. You flip it around. Then this is the part that I do. You put a little Loctite on it. Boop. And then a I don't know if it's called half nut. It's like a half, half-sized. Although even though I think this is a full-size one actually. Okay, so any nut. I always just hand tighten it. And then that's it. This is the Tape Mate strap, and then it gets engraving, and then we put the tape measure in. So for engraving, I want to show you. I think I need to switch the camera around a little bit. Ooh, fin nut. Is that how you call it? Do you have any tips for a teen who wants to get into woodworking and building? Yes, get started. I mean, woodworking. I think what was my first couple tools? Drill, obviously, jigsaw, because it's the most versatile, but it also leads to frustrating results because you need to work up some skills to actually make a jigsaw work well. So get a good one. Get a track saw. I think track saw is the most versatile saw that can cut straight lines. So with a jigsaw and a track saw, you can build a lot of things. And then just start working with sheet goods, with plywood or MDF or something that is plain and dimensioned. And once you got your first experiences with that, I think it's cool to move on to hardwood hardwood projects, but you need a lot more tools for that. So I think starting with plywood takes a lot of frustration and a lot of need for special tools out of it. Okay, let's see. How does this look? Oof. I think this is the time. I will give you a warning, but if I turn this engraver on, it'll probably sound horrible. Okay, let's see. Light. A little lighter. Yeah. Okay. Or maybe I can just put the microphone somewhere else. No, I'm gonna talk. Okay, just turn your audio down because I'm about to engrave and I want my. Do I have a headset? No. Okay. Cool. Let's do it. Hold on. Is this in focus? Oh, good enough. All right. That's it. I think it's so. Wait. I just think it looks so cute. Like this little. They're always a little bit different. I think dentist bar, yeah, dentist bar, totally. Keep your handwriting, even in engravings. Yeah. They always look a little bit different. The X ones are always the ones I make for myself, so I don't get like they're the testing ones. But wait, why are there? I should put it like this. Yeah. How do I have one more? So it's not really 1000% consistent, but I think that is what makes the charm of this. And the charm of the whole production, that everything is actually handmade. Even the leather strips, even though I use a clicker for it and I use a leather die, but I still do it. I still stand there and punch them out. I don't know. It's very rewarding. And ever since I saw Jimmy's, can you hear Smudo? What's happening? Do we get a visitor? That's strange. Oh no, it's just a another dog walking by. Jimmy's ice pick. Let me switch the camera so you can see it better. Ever since I got that, I was just so into the idea of having your own product that actually makes sense. And I think the Tape Mate, it does make sense. It is super nerdy, it's super special interest, but if that is your interest, it does make sense. Okay, hold on. Let's get this in focus and then I can show you the ice pick. I don't know who here has an ice pick. Um, okay. So this is the ice pick that Jimmy makes. It's actually a small one. The original size is a little bit bigger. And when you see it, you think, okay, but what am I going to do with this? I have absolutely zero use for this. I use it all the time. Keith has a couple ice picks, and I don't know. I think they go good together. No, they look good together. Ice pick and a tape mate. I think it's sweet. All right, should we make another one? Wait, where is it? Oh no, we're not done. We're not done. Now is the tricky part, and this is probably the most important information for you if you want to make your own tape mate. When you take off this clip, it's my screwdriver. Do not, under any circumstance, ever let go of the tape because it wants to open, and there's a spring in there. Oh God! Okay, I'm trying not to. You see it? And when you lose control of this, the tape measure is done. It just falls out of your hands. So never let go of it. And now the back, also the first version didn't have that. The back, hey, Alma, nice. The back has this slot, which is also great for when you're using the different sizes. What's the big one? Oh, this one has a big washer, but I can show you. Um, it's easier to place the tape the way you want it with a big slot. And actually, if you stretch out the leather, like for this one where I had to make it wet to make the big one fit, the slot stretches with it. So there's always enough play to position this the way you want it positioned and to make the tape measure fit. Did you do any training with Smudo in the workshop, or did you simply grow up? Oh yeah, I just took him with me everywhere right from the beginning, and he grew up in the shop and he learned to he doesn't mind. He likes to be around tools and he doesn't mind the noise. When I'm welding, I try to remember to get him out of the shop just because of the light, but he's also not he wouldn't stare into it, so he's pretty fine. So now I'm using this comes with the magnets. They come with a bunch of washers. So now I'm using this to fix the tape measure in the position that I want it. Boop, boop, boop. Yo, is Marielle there? I haven't seen her. I'm going to hang out with her next week. Okay, and that is it. That's a tape mate. So I think without me talking so much, I'd say to make one, probably like 12 minutes, I would say. 12 minutes. Um, and again, the sewing part, it's so easy to integrate that into my everyday life. I just mostly do it in traffic. Which part is magnetic? Oh, this part, the black part. So I use the magnet. Right, I haven't even talked about that. Um, I use the magnet for bits. I like Torx screws, so I always have a T20 and a T25 on this magnet, and I am always good to go. It is so freaking handy. And you can also do, you know, a lighter or a bottle cap. It works for everything. I want to make a tape mate. Yeah, dude, do it. Make your own versions and maybe let's do a hashtag so I can see them. Use the hashtag tape mate so I get to see it. Isn't it blurred? I don't know what's blurred. I want to see your creations. I want to make another one. Should we hang out for one more? Mm, it's out of focus. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this camera, it's a Sigma, and the autofocus is so bad. I can another one? Okay, cool. Well, is this camera out of focus? No, this cannot be out of focus. I think this is always in focus. So in case you didn't see it, let's oh well, now it is out of focus actually. Focus. Yeah, here we go. Cool. Let's make another one. Huge processing events, and yeah. I love the chat. Use fractions, US. I think I will mostly work in metric, but yeah, I want to learn how to judge fragments a little bit more. Coolio. So I wonder, I don't know, I think Shalina's out for dinner. Um, and she told me she might not have reception. So I wonder if we are how many tapes we sold. I can't see it. I'm not even connected to my own store. I can only see it when it's sold out. I don't think it's sold out because we made 100. Yeah, no, they're still available. That's good. That's good. 'Cause this is one thing about the if you make your own products, it's always this thin line. Of course, I want them to sell out because that means I sold them all. But I also don't want you guys to be frustrated. So I originally wanted to make 50, but then I made another 50, so I made 100 and put them in the store because yeah, I don't want them to be sold out immediately. I want you guys to not be frustrated. And I got a lot of messages because we've been doing the Leathermans, the Micras. I think there are a couple available. I'm not sure if we're doing them again. So if you're interested, you should get them. I'm not sure if we're gonna keep doing these, just because the invest is pretty high, and also I think we made a 600 or something. I think by now everybody has one. Uh, so yeah, this time with the Tape Mates, I don't know. I don't know how big the market is. Not as big as with the Leathermans, I would think. Um, but again, I made 100 and I can just stop anytime, and I also just like to have them and give them to friends and send them out. And yeah, so oh, I'm also there's one shop in LA that I love, Eagle Tools. Have you been there? Who here knows Eagle Tools? Okay, this is an interesting question. Do you think you would ever make a cheaper version, maybe less quality, but with the same function? No, because with these, for me, it is about quality. I want them to be as good as they can be. I want them to be handmade because I could also pay somebody to just make them and laser cut a Tape Mate logo in it or something. But I think it is the charm of me making them because I like to make them, and every Tape Mate being a little bit different. And this is not. I'm not in the business of selling high scale products or at high numbers. This is such a niche and fan product. It's almost like not necessarily fan of me, but fan of this whole maker community. Um, and I think this is like going to a concert of a band that you really like, and let's say the band is called The Makers, and it's about the genre, it's about the subculture, it's about the experience. And then, of course, merch shirts are ridiculously overpriced, but this is where the band makes the most money with. So you want to support the band, right? So that's why, at least that's for me, that's my thinking. I am such a sucker for merch because I'm such a fan of things and I love to be a fan of things. Um, and that's why I want the Jimmy DeResta ice pick. You can make an ice pick, it's easy, but I want his. I want the one that he makes. And as much as if I go to a concert, yeah, of course, I can buy a cheap shirt and write the name of the band on it, and it would be the same shirt. It would keep me warm. It would dress me. I wouldn't be naked, but and people would recognize the name of the band. But it's about me being a fan of something. And I think these products, Jimmy's Ice Pick, the Tape Made, it's for people who are not only or not specifically a fan of me, but a fan of the maker community and a fan of being a maker, a fan like somebody who likes customized tools, who is so into building things that they want the TapeMate to be customized or special. And again, like if it's about the money, please make your own version. You can make this for like from found materials. Do it 100%. I would love to see it. But again, yeah, I think the appreciation of the whole this is not celebrating me, this is celebrating the subgenre of us makers who like to solve their own problems. And I don't know, I think this is cool. Yeah, I always love fan shirts, I always love merch, I love the records, and yeah, if it's like a signed record, probably, right? I would like your brand on the leather as well. Yes, I thought about this, but I think there's some room that's intentionally left free. Hold on. Is this in focus? Now let me double check. It says it should be in focus. So this is the tape. This is where it says Tape Made. And this room would be perfect for my logo, but I want you to put your logo on there. You know, I want this to be blank because if I bought this from somebody, this would be where I want to put my stuff. And this product is not about me promoting my brand. This is, I mean, it has its own branding. It has the Tape Mate logo, whatever this is on it. But I kind of want this to be free for whatever you want there. You know, maybe a bottle cap. Um, strap strong enough for camera gear. I guess it depends on the camera. It is super strong. I mean, the double stitching is insanely strong. Let's do a test. Hold on. Is this double stitched all the way? Yes. Last one. Let's do a test real quick. That's interesting. Ooh, ooh. Okay. So this has one row of double stitching and it's not even knotted, so it's not burned up and nothing. Okay, here's the thing. Do you think I can rip this apart? I'm just gonna cut this off so it's not distracting. Let me know in the comments. Do you think if I pull on this as hard as I can, it will come apart? I don't know. I've never tried it. No, I cannot pull it apart. First answer is no. No way. Nope. No. Okay, come on. There's no. I don't think so. You are strong, but you can't break it. No way. Okay, well, I need somebody to say yes. There's no tension here. I don't think I can break it either. But okay, let's try it just for the. Oh, I'm gonna break the leather. It's all dinged up. This is deforming. And there, you can see the little, like they're not even. No way. No way. So yes, you can. Thank you. Thank you. You can't. You can't. Nope. Absolutely no way. And this is only one, so there's gonna be a second one. And at the final one, we also have the magnet. So I think whatever you wanna like, if you wanna do camera stuff with this, it's probably strong enough. And as far as the clip, this is a little bit harder to test. Felix should try to break it. Okay, let's burn these up. I mean, I once tripped and fell a little bit. It looked super cool. My wife can testify to how amazing that looked when I tripped and fell flat on my face. And that was the only instant I lost the Tape Mate. And other than that, it has never come off the belt. I want one. It's worth more. Oh, you think they're too cheap? I love to hear that. I was actually struggling with the price, and they're 95 euros. Um, considering they're all handmade, I think it's a fair price. And especially again, like if you can't spare the money, like make your own version. It's fine. Also, too many beers. No, not a few too many beers. Maybe not enough. Um, it's far too cheap. Oh Jesus. Has Felix been working on the live stream setup? No, he has not. I did it all by myself. Double pass saddle stitch with a box knot. There are no knots in this. I just I just burn the thread, and then it gets this little thick thing, and then I don't think it can come out. 95 is a good price for leather and clips and your time. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. What? Yeah, no, I think 95 is fair. Um, yeah, again, you can make your own version if it's because of course, not everybody wants to spend 95 bucks on a tape measure thing. But you know what I really like? A tape measure is such a boring object. It's such a, it's a little bit like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, it's numbers, it's math. There's such a right or wrong aspect to it. It's usually not my style. Tape measure is not a sexy object. But I think together with this, to make it your own and see how it's so nice and weathered. This is my American one, so I only wore it for maybe 10 days. It already has patina. Where's my German one? This has seen, I mean, to be fair, I think this is stretched a little bit too much. I think this is the perfect form factor because if you stretch it so much, it gets a little bit thinner. And that doesn't, I mean, it looks cool, but I don't know. I like this form factor better. But this one has eaten some shit with me in the house. This got a lot of use, and see this is so cool. Like all the markings, how it weathers. It's super cool. Um, and it makes this boring object that is so unsexy, it kind of makes it sexy. So I like that. All right, what's my beer? Is anybody else drinking a beer? The thing I like the most about the Tape Mate idea is that I would never lose it, would never need to worry about something taking it out of the tools. Yes, exactly. Remarks and memories. Yeah. No, I like that too. It's yeah, again, it turns this unsexy object into something super personal, and you can customize it. It will tell you stories. You might get some paint on it. You always think of that day. I don't know. I really like it. I had a commercial during live. Oh, really? That's interesting. So was it, oh, speaking of picture in picture, I wanted to try this. What is happening here? Huh. Oh, on. What is happening now? Do I have, oh, wait. Oh, I see. What's this? And now? No, now there's no picture in picture. That doesn't make any sense though, does it? I thought, well, it doesn't make any sense to have a picture. Oh, wait, okay, hold on. I get it. I get it. This now on. Whoa. Here we go. This is wild. Can you see that? Now you have me in the little frame. Okay, I think it should be the other way around. I think it should be this. Oh, I should have done this. Wait. Huh, I can only do the first camera in picture. So I can only do it like this. Okay, well, why not? Um, you would buy a Laura Kampf branded Zollstock. Well, we have these a lot of meters, so you can do that. Would you do a seat belt buckle instead of a clip? I saw somebody use the seat belt buckle. I think that's a cool idea, but I think it's too bulky. So, can you make it bigger? I don't think I can make it bigger. I can probably, if I could probably set it up in the computer, but I don't think I can make it bigger as is right now. Cool. Any more questions? I think I'm just gonna finish this one and answer some questions and just focus on the chat for a couple minutes. So I think, oh, this is so nice. I like to do this. My favorite, how do you engrave straight letters? That's a good question. It's the angle. It's the angle of the engraver. We can talk about it when I go over to the engraving station in a minute. You need a sharp engraver. Oh, somebody's into struggles? You have no idea what's coming. Maybe I should tell you, because the live stream is always a little bit behind the scenes, and always, I think this is always something that, because, okay, let me structure this. I'm going back and forth between LA and Germany, and it's only since January that I have the work visa for America. So before, I could not work in LA. So whenever I went there for 4 weeks, I had to pre-produce 4 videos. So you guys don't have to be without a video. And that would mean if I'm here for 4 weeks, I have to produce 8 videos in 4 weeks. And on top of that, I also have other stuff, like there are some house things I need to do, but I can't produce a video about it, or the Sendung mit der Maus stuff, or other business appointments and all that stuff. So it was extremely exhausting. And now even though I can work in LA, we're actually getting another baby. Big announcement. So I want to have some time for just family where I don't have to go to the shop and make videos. Just a couple weeks so I can focus on family. Thank you guys. Yeah, yeah, congratulations. Thank you guys. I'm not doing the majority of the work, obviously. So um, I don't know. I don't know if my wife is still in the chat. You should all say hi to Corinne. Um, yeah, we're stoked. We're so happy. So yeah, that's why again I am pre-producing. And when I came here, I knew this is what's happening, and I had the pressure of being in Germany and like working on the house and pre-producing all these videos, and I reached my limit. Um, and you will see it. I'm making. There are a couple more videos in the pipeline. I think there are 2 more videos about the clay, and then there's one video where I want to do something, but it's just not. I just can't. And for the first time, maybe ever, even though I had some rough times with the house, I realized if I push through this, I might burn out. This is too much. I'm too exhausted. There's too much pressure. It's too much physical work paired with, you know, economical pressures and all these things. So I haven't been at the house for a week. This is my last week here. Last Monday I finished something and then I couldn't go back. So there are videos. Okay, Jeline cannot check. She doesn't have reception right now, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Are the tape mates still available? I think they are. In the comments. Simone is not my wife. No, she's my she's my friend. Um, wow, thank you guys. So many congratulations. That's great. So I hope you for everybody who stayed on for as long as that. There's some behind the scenes infos at the end. Um, yeah. So okay, I got so overwhelmed with the house that I had to take a break. And when I'm going back, there will be. I think right now I produced 4 or 5 videos, so that's how long I can take a break. And now there was a long story to say that there's always this disconnect because I'm traveling and I'm pre-producing and because of the house and because of, yeah, all the circumstances. And I'm so ready to get back to what I'm working on is what I can talk about on Instagram. It's all happening at the same time, and I'm so far from this. I don't like it. I want to be. I know it has other challenges. So producing weekly and not being ahead is super challenging too. But I feel like the last year has been a big disconnect from you guys and from Instagram, and so I'm happy to get back into the weekly in LA when I'm not traveling so much. So the next time I'm going back, next week, I will be in LA until October or something. And of course, with a second baby, and even if it was just one baby, it's getting harder and harder to be here. So the LA will be where I spend the majority of my time. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's do another engraving. And somebody asked, "Oh, why? Why did I change the camera? I can do it here." Somebody asked, "How do I engrave straight line?" I'm not gonna turn on the motor just yet. Let's just see. Maybe we can do it a little bit closer. Let's bring the camera closer. Oof. Oh, wait. Oh, no, let me change. Sorry, sorry. I wanted to change this back so you don't get seasick. Sorry, but sorry. Okay. Let's hold on. Mhm. Can I hold it? Can I engrave like this? Yeah, I think it. Oh, it's so hard to see. Am I blind? Am I losing my glasses? Cool. Not turning it on yet. I think the trick is with engraving is kind of go against the biggest resistance, if that makes sense. Do I have anything that I can engrave? Yeah. So this engraver in particular, who is it here? It's oh, this is so hard to be in focus. I'm sorry. I hope it's yeah. It's a like a round, it's like a ball, and it's turning like this. And I try to always go against the biggest resistance, to go straight. So this means straight. So and whenever you take a curve, it kind of grabs the material differently, and it's harder to keep a straight line. The camera is failing. It's not failing, it's just not in focus. Um, so I watch your ears. I'll do a little engraving. Hold on, let's see. This should be it. And show you how to lose control over the engraver. Hold on, like this. Whoa, see? Huh. Well, yeah. So if you this is like these parts. Well, it came out too good. Oh god. I wanted to make a point of losing control, but you can see it here a little bit. If you go into the direction, like in the wrong direction, it kind of slips away from you. So just be mindful of the font that you're using. If it's hand lettering that is longhand, it's gonna be much harder than just having capital letters. And that's why the Tape Mate, the logo looks a little bit like this. The most risky part is the P. This is where it's usually a little bit shaky and the lines from the E, but in this case, I kinda want it. But if you wanna be super sure, you just need to turn your workpiece and just only do one motion and get used to holding control in that motion, if that makes sense. Okay, let's engrave another one. Whew, I think I have to hold it like this, actually. Let's work on the focus. Alright, cool. Watch your ears. See there? It flipped a little bit. Yep, flipped a little bit again. Yo! And that's it. Hold on, it's a good shot and focus. I'm sorry, that's so weird. And I hope I'm not using it anymore. So I love the imperfections in this, and this material is great for imperfections. It's scratched. This one, you know, how it loses, well, loses its color. It's discoloring, and it's just right. It is perfect like this. It's supposed to be like this. Um, it's the handmade factor. I love it. Cool. Let's finish the last one. Oh yeah, we're overtime. Guys, why do you have to get sick of this? This is, I mean, you must be into Tape Mates. I was surprised with the first video, but over an hour live stream of this, you guys are hardcore. To be honest, that would be the deciding factor for me between buying one versus making one myself. What do you mean? Like the handmade factor? That's, I agree with that. Make it your own. Um, but I'm also happy. I mean, this is not going to be, um, this is obviously nothing that's going to make us rich. But as a self-employed YouTuber in particular, I think it's always cool to diversify a little bit and to have a little bit different ways to create income, and this is one of those. Yeah, and same thing. I want to support the people, and this is something. If people want to support what we are doing, this is a way to do it. Patreon is a way to do it. Because the YouTube stuff is kind of the hub for everything. If I don't create YouTube videos, all the other things will fall away. YouTube is also the thing that I have the least control over. If YouTube changes some, you know, company rules, I might be out of a job. So it always feels good to me to do something that can also create a little bit of income, that helps ease my mind. Oh, yeah, LA Pride. I will try to be there. Okay, you want another piece um, of secret info? Let me know in the comments because I have another secret I'm ready to share. It's not a secret, but it's a really cool thing that I'm doing, and it involves Smudo. So, that's what I thought. Hold on, let's get this in focus. Whoop. Oof. Can't focus. Why can't you focus? Okay, hold on. But it's important. I need to show you. Yes, please. More secrets. Okay. Okay, hold on. We are out of the advised or preferred drinking temperature. This is bad. This is bad. We need to end the live stream soon. But first, I'm gonna share my secret. So, okay, I'm bringing Smudo to the US, and it's gonna be first time catching a live stream. Woo! Thanks for coming. It's gonna be such an adventure, and I'm also gonna make a video, but here's some behind the scenes infos for you. So Smudo's from Spain, and he was a rescue stray dog, and I got him from a slaughterhouse. So he was one of those emergency cases. He and his brother, they were about to kill him. So I got in touch with the organization and said, like, I wanna have him. I want to keep him. I want to take care of him. And they brought him over from Spain in a little box. He was in a truck. They drove 16 hours. He was in this little, you know, prison box, and that completely, of course, traumatized him. He hates small spaces. He cannot go inside these boxes. He is such a freedom lover. He's never on a leash, or at least only in the city he's on a leash. Here in the countryside, he's never on a leash, and he just needs his freedom so much. And I think it obviously has to do with his experience being in this box. So bringing him over to the US is tricky because on the plane he has to be in these boxes, and I just I just can't. Oh, left-hand model. Sorry. Interesting. I ordered some different tape measures. Wait, which one is it? I ordered a couple different tape measures and two brands. It wasn't advertised, and I thought, what is different about these? Those are left-hand tape measures. Hold on, let me focus this. Because I took off the clip, but they have the clip on the other side. So you could just turn it around. Could you? Hold on. Yeah, you could turn the strap around. or make your own strap. But these two brands have the clip on the other side, which allows for left-hand operation. So strange. Let's go back to the heartbreaking story about Smudo. Um, so my wife, being the best person on the planet, went ahead and gave me for my 40th birthday a ticket to a plane that is especially for dogs. So it's a plane full of dogs. And these planes, obviously, they're not like regular commercial planes. So we have to go to a special airport, and then we're flying from London to New Jersey. And from there, Smoots and me, we're gonna spend a night in New York where I want to, buy him a hot dog and show him show him the city. And then we're gonna rent a car. We're gonna hang out with Marielle. And then we're renting a car, and then we're driving cross country to LA. And I don't have a lot of time because, again, my wife is super pregnant and I want to be home as fast as I can. But yeah, we still have to make the drive. So it's going to be epic, I think. I'm very, very excited, and it's going to be so good for me and Smudo because the last couple months, whenever I was in LA, he was with Janine and with Max. He's in his surroundings, but we miss each other, and it's time that we are back together full time. So it's gonna be a cool. I just saw a mouse. It just ran there. I think it's because I'm not here that much anymore. Mice are like, this is ours. This is all. There's a new sheriff in town. Anyways, cool. I think that's it. We made 2 tape mates. Again, if you want to support this, if you are into it, please, there's a link in the description. Please go ahead and do that. It's so fun to make these. Again, they're all handmade by me in LA traffic, in a plane, waiting for dinner, drinking beer with friends, hanging out, watching TV. And I will try to keep making them as long as there are people buying them. But yeah, we'll see. Also, if you don't have the cash, make one yourself. That's amazing too. Just send me a picture, tag, like, let's do Tape Mate. I think Tape Mate should be the hashtag. And then I have some really cool videos for you. Again, there are 3 more Lieselotte videos. There's one project I built last Thursday, which is my favorite thing I built this year. Even though this video started, it's an ad for a security camera. They reached out and they asked me if I wanted to work with them, and it turned into the coolest thing I have built this week. What a great project that was. And then we have the workshop that we're doing next week, the Logosol workshop, where we learn how to use a bandsaw mill. That's going to be the video. And we have Smudos on my road trip to the States. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming. Thank you guys for hanging out. I haven't done a live stream in a while because I'm terrified of the technical side. I think it worked out this time. So security camera for the mice. Yeah. So, cool. I will see you next week. Thanks for hanging out. To everybody who bought a Tape Mate, thank you so much. For everybody who is going to make one or both, I mean, that'd be amazing. Get one and then still make your own version. Amazing. I'll see you all next week. Oh shit. Now, like, how do I end this? I never know. Wait, hold on. Don't go yet. Don't leave me alone with this. I'm gonna close the chat. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. I'll see you next week. Bye. Ending it. Yes, ended.